Hi, it's Andy Harrison. I'm really excited to share this idea that I've been fooling around with this week about happiness and how we can choose more happiness in our lives. This has really been changing my life, so I wanted to share this really quickly with you. And I'm finding that there are basically 4 areas in our life where we tend to be happy or not happy. And those 4 areas are the category of your art, and this just represents the area of your life about the things that you love to do most. Whatever you love to do most, that's your art category. So whether that's snowboarding or being a good parent or something to do with art, it's not really, it doesn't have to do with art, it's just what you love to do the most. The second category is the category of your health, and this is the health of your mind, body, and spirit, but also the health of everything that you're in charge of keeping up, like your apartment or your house or your car, basically your environment and your body, the health of everything that you're basically in charge of. The third category is the category of people, and this are all the people that you interact with on a regular basis in your life. And the final category is money, and this is all the ways that you spend and make money. So we tend to be happy with a few of these things in our lives, but sometimes there's one that just tends we tend to have challenges with on a regular basis. And there's more reasons beyond this, but right now this is the idea that has been changing my life this week, so I wanted to share this with you. What I'm finding is that if we're not experiencing as much happiness as we want, a lot of times it's due to the fact that we're not focused on the right targets. And what I mean by target is wherever your focus goes, that's where the energy in your life goes, and that tends to be what grows in your life. So whatever you put a lot of focus on, that's going to be what's going to expand in your life. And if we're focused on things that aren't the very best things that are going to give us the very best results, we tend to grow things that we don't really want, or we're not as happy as we could be with. So I've been exploring this idea for a couple of years now, and it really just came together this week that the exact things that we focus on, there's only 2 in each of these areas. And these are what I'm calling the targets. So if we put our focus on only these 2 things in each of these areas of our life, these things will actually be the kind of the template that will allow that area of our life to grow more happy for us over time. So let's start with the art area of your life. Whatever you're most excited to do, basically the 2 steps that you think about to grow that area of your life more happy is to explore what's most exciting to you now. So if every day you're getting up and you're exploring what's most exciting to you right now, that's the first step. The second step is then to share that excitement with others. Okay, you don't necessarily need to share everything about what you're doing, but share the excitement that you're feeling through that process with other people, and that really will grow the area of art in your life, whatever you love to do the most. On the health area, if you're really experiencing some challenges with your health or with the situations in your life, this is the area that you can grow by just taking these 2 simple steps. Okay? Step number 1 is to love everything that you have right now. We tend to live in a culture that we think we're always wanting something else because we don't really like everything we have in our life. But if you flip that around and you focus on loving everything that you have right now in your life, that's the first step. And you'll notice there are certain things maybe that you don't want in your life anymore, and that's step 2, and that's to let go or get rid of the rest. So doing this consistently every day will allow you to experience everything in your life that you really truly want to be there. And so basically you're extending love to everything in your life that's currently in your life. And if you find you can't do that, or you're having trouble doing that, then simply let it go or get rid of what's not working for you. In the people area of life, the 2 steps to growing your relationships with other people are: step number 1, discover the excitement that you have in common with others. Okay? So a lot of times we can focus on many different things when we're interacting with people, but if we focus on discovering the excitement that we have in common for living with other people, that's step number 1. And then step number 2 is work with them to grow that excitement together. So if you're focusing with every person that you interact with today or tomorrow or every single day, and you're really thinking in terms of, well, I'm just going to discover what excitement about life that we have in common here, and then work on growing that excitement with them. So you might have the question, well, that seems impossible with certain people. And you might be right, because there might, as you grow happier in life, a lot of times that energy isn't compatible with certain people that may be in your life now or may have been in your life in the past. So how do you know when to not have someone in your life anymore? Well, it's not really a people question. So if you think about this, if you're consistently discovering the excitement that you have in common with others, and then you're working with them to the best of your ability and growing that excitement together, if that becomes impossible to do with someone, then it's really a health issue for you to decide, well, can I love everything in my life right now, including this person? And if that's not the case, it might be time to let them go. So it's anyway, so that's one way you can think about how to deal with relationships or difficult, challenging relationships. So finally, in the category of money, these are all the ways that we spend and make money. The two targets, if you focus on spending less money than you make, that's step number one. And then step number two is to invest the rest in things that make you more money. Now, it might seem obvious, but we tend to think about trying to make more money than we spend, and then we're constantly in competition with how much we're spending. So if you focus on spending less money than you make, it's kind of a different game, and what you might find is that the more you focus on spending less, the more ideas you might get about how to make more money. It's just kind of a weird paradox how that works. And then, of course, the rest you want to invest in things that make you more money. So there are any number of ways to do that. So if every day you're focusing on spending less money than you make, and then you're taking the rest and investing in things that make you more money, you're obviously going to be growing that part of your life. It's kind of a no-brainer, right? So these targets are pretty amazing, I think, because it really, without focusing on anything else in your life, you're allowing yourself the best chance to grow every single part of your life happier every single day. And it's really not a lot to focus on. Now let's talk about how you might implement this in your life. And what I'm choosing to do right now is to become an expert at any skill. It really just takes two steps. Step number one is to eliminate all of your choices except for the ones that work the absolute best. And then step number two is just to do enough correct repetitions of making only those choices that it becomes a habit. So if we were to apply that to these 8 different steps here, all we really need to do in each of these areas of our life is eliminate all the choices, all the other choices that don't work the absolute best. And then simply focus on these 8 things enough times, do enough correct repetitions of only focusing on these, that it becomes a habit. Now that may take 21 days, it may take 30 days, it may take 100 repetitions, however it works best for you, but we will become an expert at it simply by doing enough correct repetitions of making only these choices. Try this out if this seems exciting to you, and I'd be excited to hear how this might change your life just like it's changing mine. Thanks for watching.